Okay. Good morning to all of you. Am I audible to all of you? Hello, my dear students. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Sriharsha sir. Are you connected, sir? Hello.
To listen to me, sir.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Namaste.
Good morning, sir. Okay, sir. So, good morning to all of you once again. I myself, Dr. Santosh Kulkarni, working as a professor in SJGAMC Ayurvedic Medical College, and I am also teaching this Padartha Vignana, paper first in our college. And today is the fourth day of our webinar series in Padartha Vignana. And today we have with us Dr. Sriharsha KB, one of the eminent speaker to deliver lecture on Karma, Samanya and Vishesha Vignyaneeya. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of our institute.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Some connecting issues we are doing. Okay, so for present session, today's session, I welcome Dr. Sriharsha KV, working as an associate professor in the Department of Sanhita Siddhanta, Sri College of Ayurveda, Science and Research, Bengaluru. And it gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's eminent speaker, Dr. Sriharsha KV, in brief. So, sir is presently working as an associate professor in the Department of Sanhita Siddhanta, Sri College of Ayurveda, Science and Research, Bengaluru. And he has completed his BAMS in 2011 from the same institute, Sri College of Ayurvedic Science and Research Center, Bengaluru. And he has also completed his post-graduation in the Department of Sanhita Siddhanta in 2000. From SDM College of Ayurveda, Hassan. And sir is a multi-dimensional person because when I'm going through his biodata, he has some interesting information shared with us. So let us see about his positions. He's apart from teaching profession, he is also working or associated with APEM Ayurveda Foundation, where he is working as a managing trustee and executive director for APEM Ayurveda Foundation, which is a center for manuscript research. And he is also working as a chief consultant for Sushruta Ayurvedalaya Bengaluru. And he is an executive editor for APEM Arogya Quarterly Journal from APEM Ayurveda Foundation. He is also organizer and coordinator for several workshops, symposiums, public awareness programs, and multi-speciality Ayurveda camps. And he got Vignyaneeya 2014 award for outstanding performance in academics from his mother institute in 2014, and also he got Best Alumni Award in 2016 from SDM College of Ayurveda, Hasana, for his academic achievements as well as professional achievements. Then he is also having some clinical achievements. He treated more than 6,000 patients through Panchakarma modalities, and he is running a well equipped Panchakarma center at Bengaluru. And he also published several research articles in national and international journals. So with this brief introduction, once again I welcome Dr. Sriharsha KV for today's session, in which he is going to deliver lecture on Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, which is a very important point of Padartha Vignana paper 1 syllabus. Please welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Indeed, Shri Jagadguru Kavisiddeshwara Ayurveda Medical College has taken an initiative, very good initiative to give away their students and also other participants and other students of other colleges a brief introduction about or the orientation about how to face the examinations, especially with respect to Padartha Vignana. We know that Padartha Vignana forms the important basis of all the teachings which are done in Ayurveda. It has a philosophical base as a practical and as well as a practical base. So from philosophy to practice, how to bring in the knowledge systems, that is being learnt in Padartha Vignana. So orientation towards the examination is very important, because we see that many of the students find it a little difficult to connect philosophy and practicality. So in their papers especially. So I congratulate the management, principal sir, and also Santosh Kulkarni sir, Dr. Hema, and all other faculty of Department of Samhita, Samskrita and Siddhanta, and also all the other faculty members and students of Sri Jagadguru Kavisiddeshwara Ayurveda Medical College for organizing such a beautiful platform wherein all the students will be benefiting. I also would like to thank for the opportunity given to me to present my views regarding the orientation of examination regarding Padartha Vignana. So moving my head to Lord Dhanvantari and all my gurus, including the Lord Dhanvantari, let us start with this presentation or this class with a prayer. Om Namami Dhanvantariradhidevam Surasurairvandita Padapadmam Loke Jararubhayamrutyunasham Dhataramisham Vividaushadhinam Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today let us start with the orientation towards the Padartha Vignana. Especially the topics given to me are Karma, Samanya and Vishesha. This particular topic is it comes in the Padartha Vignana 1, especially in the part B. So we can see that this has a lot of importance in the examination also. In the exam papers, we can see that it covers a certain considerable amount of portion, that is marks. So if we consider the marks which have been allotted to these particular topics, that is Karma, Samanya and Vishesha, in the previous question papers of RGUHS, we can see that the minimum marks which is covered in this portion is around 7 marks and the maximum marks is 20 marks. In February 2019 paper last year, we could see that there were 20 marks from this particular portion. And it has happened earlier also, that is in September 2016 and other papers also. We can see that a lot of marks have been, the maximum number of marks which have been covered in this particular portion is around 20. And we can see that these particular portions come in the long essay, short essay, as well as short answers. All the three categories you have the questions. So let us start with the Karma Vignana, that is the topic. We'll just go through some of the points of Karma Vignana, which will be helpful for us to understand the concept first, and then we will see how we are going to answer the questions according to the questions which have appeared in the previous examinations, and see how we have to answer. So we know that in the Karma Vignana, Lakshana classification in the Nyaya, and also the description according to Ayurveda, and the practical study or practical applications of Karma Vignana in Ayurveda will be described. So this is the syllabus point. So coming to the concept of Karma Vignana, it is seen that when you hear the word karma, especially when you consider the Darshanika point of view, usually karma is considered to be something related to philosophy, or see you get this the action which is done towards the attainment of the moksha. That is how it is portrayed in the darshanas, etc. But here in Ayurveda, according to Ayurveda or in the Vaidya Shastra, we mainly focus on the aspect of having arogya or sukha. So whatever karma we do or whatever actions are taken in the context of attaining arogya or sukha, all those things come under the purview of karma. So the definition of karma is very important, because this is also a question asked. Kriyate iti karma. This is according to the Dravya Guna Vignana, and kartavyasya kriya karma. Right? These are the two definitions which we usually get. So kartavyasya kriya karma means here we are taking up the concept of aushadha karma. So therefore the pharmacological action of a drug, right, to the action which is produced to have a desired effect or a therapeutic effect. This is mainly the definition which we consider. That is kartavyasya kriya karma. That is the kartavya of a dravya to do its action. That we are going to consider here. So if you consider the lakshana of the karma according to Ayurveda, then samyogecha vibhagecha karanam dravyam ashritam kartavyasya kriya karma karma nanyadapekshate. This is the definition or lakshana which is seen. That is the description of karma in according to Ayurveda. So it is said that the factor which is responsible for the samyoga and the vibhaga, and which resides in a dravya. Always it should reside in a dravya, and this thing is in a samavaya sambandha. So inherent relation is there. So this is called as karma. So karma is ashrita of samyoga and vibhaga only. That is, you can see that it is seen that the samyoga and vibhaga are under the purview of karma only. So some other lakshanas have been told in the Vaisheshika Darshana, etc. Eka dravya magunam samyoga vibhageshu anapeksha karanamiti karma lakshanam, it is told. That is the factor which is the one, which is considered to be one. That is, it is not many, it is one, and it resides in the dravya and not having any gunas. It is not having any other gunas in it, and it is majorly meant for the samyoga and vibhaga, right? And it doesn't take anybody's help, or anything is not required. It is having its own initiative to do that particular karma. That is called as karma. That is defined as karma according to Vaisheshika Darshana. And you can see that another definition in the Tarka Bhasha, that chalanatmakam karma, that is wherever there is some movement, there is some gati, then it is called as karma, or it is, these are the characteristics of the karma. According to Nyaya Darshana, we can see that this classification of karma has been done in under 5 types. This particular question is asked many times. That is classification of karma according to Nyaya. This is usually asked because this has relevance to even Ayurveda also. So according to Nyaya Darshana as well as Vaisheshika Darshana, we have 5 types. Mainly, if we consider the Nyaya Darshana, then we have this Utkshepana, Apakshepana, Akunchara, Prasarana, and Gamana. Just let us see what are these, because sometimes for the 3 marks question, there is a short answers, these also may be asked. What is Utkshepana? The action cause for the samyoga with the upward region. That is, if there is any Utkshepana. Ut means what? Wherein there is upward movement. That is called Utkshepana. So that is considered as Utkshepana. Like any kind of upward movement, right? Especially in case of Vamana also, we can see that there is Urdhva Gati, right? So this kind of application is also there. That is in the karma. When we see, consider the action of the Vamanopaka Dravya, or the dravyas which are used for Vamana karma, there this Utshepana karma is necessary. because it has to do its action on its own. We can see that Madana Phala, by its own action, it is going to produce that particular karma. Madana Phala is a dravya, and in that dravya we have the karma of the Vamaka Guna. That is, it can do an action. It can have different gunas like Ushna, Tikshna, Vyavayi, Vikasi. All these gunas are there in that. But the karma which is associated with the Madana Phala is that it can cause Vamana. So that karma is associated. You can see that some dravyas will have Vishahara properties also. So those are considered to be the Vishesha karma, with which is linked to that particular dravya, and it can do on its own. It doesn't depend upon anything. That is very important here. So if we consider this Utshepana karma, then it is having relevance with the Vamana karma, what we do, and even also with the other dravyas or other attributes in the Sharira also. For example, Udana Vayu has the Urdhva karma. So this is also very important to be noted. Then the next is the apakshepana karma. That is the action or causes for the conjunction with the downward region. It's called as apakshepana. Like for any kind of adhapatana can happen with the help of this apakshepana karma. And we can see that virechana, etc., sramsana, or any other actions wherein downward movement is seen. There you can see this apakshepana karma. Then you have the third thing, that is the akunchana. That is, whenever there is akunchana, means anything is coming nearer to the body or coming to, near from the periphery to the center. Something is coming, then it is considered as the akunchana. Then prasarana. The fourth one is the prasarana, wherein the action causes for the conjunction of for the distant region. That is wherein there is some there is a movement from the center towards the periphery. These things can be considered. Like for example, this akunchana and prasarana also can be applied to dosha gati also. Like if we consider internal movements, then of course it can also be applied to the muscle contraction or prasarana akunchana of the the shakha, etc. That is the hasta, pada, etc. That also we can consider. Then next one is the fifth one is called as the gamana. That is the all other types of this thing. It is called anyat sarvam gamanam. It is told, that is whatever is not belonging to the utshepana, apakshepana, prasarana or akunchana, that comes under the gamana, wherein any kind of movement is there. For example, you can see that the tiryak gati of the dosha, wherein the dosha can move anywhere in the body. It is not only upward or downward, it is tiryak dosha, anywhere around. And you can see that there is rotation of the joints, etc. There gamana comes into the picture. So if you consider the types of karma according to the Vaisheshika Darshana, or especially the Prashasta Pada Bhashya, it defines that karma can be classified into two main categories, that is Laukika karma and Alaukika karma. Right? So the Laukika karma means the duties or activities which are performed by the individuals, that is by persons or the Purusha in the routine life, like Utshepana, Apakshepana, Prasara, Akunchana, all these things also come under them. That is the Laukika karma, what they are telling. They say that they further go with the explanations and say that this Laukika karma can be threefold. That it can be of three characteristics. One is Sat Pratyaya, second one is the Asat Pratyaya, and the third one is the Apratyaya. What is Sat Pratyaya? That is knowingly, Sat Pratyaya, that is by having some knowledge about what action is being done. If a voluntary action is done, that is called as the Sat Pratyaya karma. Then Asat Pratyaya karma means one which is done involuntarily, without having one's own knowledge or without having the consciousness about doing that particular karma. Many involuntary activities happen in our Sharira also. All those things come under the Asat Pratyaya. Then it can be seen outside also, and it can be seen in the Sharira also. We take examples of Sharira because that is more applicable in Ayurveda, right? Then there is one more kind of karma, Laukika karma, called say Apratyaya. Apratyaya is wherein you have only the things which are related to only Achetana Dravyas. Like in Vaisheshika Darshan, they explain it with the help of Nodana, Gurutva and Vega. These three things are associated, which are the physical properties of a Dravya. Like Nodana means when a stone is thrown into the river, it submerges into the water, right? That particular action is called as Nodana, and also it produces some waves. Gurutva means when you see that there is Gurutva is one of the karanas for adharpatana. That is, because of the heaviness or the mass, it can fall. So that is also considered as one of the apratyaya karmas. Then Vega, that is the speed or the velocity wherein a dravya can move in a very faster way, or it can move to a distant place with speed, and also reaches its aim or reaches its target. That is called as Vega. That is the speed or the velocity what we can consider. So these things are considered with respect to the physical characteristics of a dravya. So Satpratyaya, Asatpratyaya and Apratyaya are related to the Laukika karma according to Vaisheshika Darshana. Then they have classified, no, that is Laukika karma and Alaukika karma. Alaukika here refers to the Paralaukika karma or the Adhyatmika karma. That is the duty or the responsibility wherein we can move towards morality. We can move towards the dharma, following the dharma, artha, kama and moksha. There is Chaturvida Purushartha sadhana, one which leads to that. All the karmas which are leading to the Paralokika Jagat is called, that is Paraloka. We have seen that in the Charaka Samhita also we study about the Trivida Ashana. There we will be studying about in the second year it will come in the Tristeshana Adhyaya, wherein you have the Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Paralokeshana. So then Paralokeshana, mainly the attainment of Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, that is the Chaturveda Purushastra Sadhana has been explained. So whatever you do for that, that is the Sadvritta, following the Sadachara, following Achara Rasayana, all these things will come under the Paralokika karma. So you can see that any kind of disassociation with Ashubha karma and association with Shubha karma, one which will lead to our Purushartha sadhana, all those things will come under the Paralokika karma or the Adhyatmika karma. Because it is a Darshana Shastra, Vaisheshika Darshana, they have classified in this particular way. If we consider the karma according to Ayurveda, then what are the applications? This is more important for us. So we can see that the karma is the cause for the samyoga and vibhaga. There is any kind of samyoga or vibhaga, if it has to happen, then it is the karma is responsible for that. So we can say that when Atma combines with Raja and Tama, the evolution begins. That is the conjunction of the Raja and Tama along with the Atma, that will be responsible. Only when then it will come into the Garbha. So the evolution, there is the origin. If you consider Srishti Utpatti, there is also Samyoga there. Samyoga, that particular karma, Samyoja karma is specifically told there. When you consider the functioning of the Sharira, how does the functioning Sharira function? Aharam Sambhavam Vastu, Rogascha Ahara Sambhavaha, it is told. That is Aharam Sambhavam Vastu. With the Ahara only the Deha is made up of. So if you want the Ahara to get digested properly, then the Agni should act on it. Therefore there should be Samyoga of the Agni along with the Ahara. So that will lead to the proper functioning of the Sharira also. That is, it will nourish the Sharira. And you can also see that after the nourishment of the Sharira, once it happens, then there will be one more process called the Sarakitta Vibhajana. That is, there will be Vibhaga. So you can see that the Ahara, if it has to get, the Pachana, if it has to happen, then there should be Samyoga of the Agni and the other factors like Leda, Vayu, etc. And after that, there should be Vibhaga also. There is Vibhaga of the Sara and Kitta. That is, the nourishing part will get separated and the excreta will be separated. So this Vibhaga also should happen. So therefore there is this karma, there is Pachana karma when we consider, it involves the Samyoga and Vibhaga here, right? Then you can see that any kind of chikitsa, if it has to be phalakari or it has to be fruitful, then you should be having the chikitsa sampat, this pada sampat it is told, or the shodasha kala bheshaja should be always intact. So the samyoga of Vishak, Dravya, Upasthata and Rogi, all these four will make the chikitsa more fruitful. So that is also a karma. That is, this is also a karma wherein you combine all the factors which will lead to a Shubha karma. Okay. Then we can see that there are different karmas like Sharira karma, Manasika karma and Vachika karma. In Ayurveda, we consider these particular things. like if a question is asked that explain or enumerate the characteristics of karma according to Ayurveda, then we usually consider the Sharirika karma, Manasika karma, and the Vachika karma. These three things are told. Kaya, Vak, Mano, and Mana. Because these are the three things through which the Sharira functions, right? So Sharirika karma means, Sharirika karma includes the Bhojana, Nidra, etc. And Manasika karma like Bhaya, Harsha, etc. And also how we think. That is what we do, Chintya. All those Chintyas will come under the Manasika karma. And Vachika karma, the Bhashana, Adhyayana, all these things come under the Vachika karma. So these three things are considered to be the Trivida karma according to Ayurveda. Okay. So if you consider the Chikitsa karma or the Trivida karma, which we usually consider under the Chikitsa in Ayurveda, they are the Samshodhana karma, Samshamana karma, and the Shastra Pranidhana. These three things are also considered as Trivida karma in Ayurveda. That is, Samshodhana refers to all the Chatushprakara Samshuddhi. That is, and also we can consider Panchakarma also. That is, Vamana Virechana, Basti, Nasya, and Rakta Mokshana. So the Samshodhana karma, wherein we are going to eliminate the Vriddha dosha from the Sharira, or Bahudosha Avastha. If it is present, then it is eliminated out. The excessive dosha is eliminated out from the body. That is called as Samshodhana karma. And we have the Samshamana karma, the second one, when because of the Patya Ahara and also with the help of the different medicaments or Aushadha Upachara, like Kashaya, Lehya, Churna, Asava, Rishta, Vati, Gutika, all these things will be helpful for us to do the Shamana. That is, without eliminating the doshas out, it will alleviate the disease in the Sharira itself, or elevate the doshas. Then the third one is the Shastra Pranidhana. Then when both of these are not the choice of treatment, then we go for Chedana Bedana, the Rogas, wherein the disease is such that it has to be that part has to be removed out from the body with the manual intervention or with surgical intervention. Then usually Chedana, Bedana, Lekhana, etc. are done, and then the disease is alleviated. We can see that there are some other things also, like Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma, Paschat Karma. If you consider the Purva Karmas like Snehana, Svedana, Abhyanga, all these things are also karmas only. That is, Abhyanga Karma we call, or Snehana, Svedana, all these things are also treatment, but it is not coming under the Pradhana Karma, but it is a Purva Karma, but it is a karma, right? Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma, and Paschat Karma, they are also karmas. That is, Paschat Karma, if you consider the Samsarjana Karma, etc., they are also karmas only with respect to Chikitsa. Okay, so these are also very important. So these are the main important points. That is, just we had a quick revision with all the points of Karma Vignana. Why I just quickly revised everything is because you have already come across all these things, and also you have revised this probably many times also. That's why we just discussed about this. Now, if we come to the exam orientation part, because that is our focus today. So let us see in the question paper, what are the questions usually seen? See, this is the first time you will be facing the university examinations. We do not know when the examinations will happen, but of course, always getting ready for examination is most important, right? Whenever the exam arrives. Of course, all the portions are also completed with respect to these portions. And now you should be ready. And how many times you revise, those many times you will be able to recall in a better way and also present it in a better way. So now we will be focusing on the presentation of the answers, right? Or we'll just quickly go through that what should be answered for what question. So in the question paper, you will have this pattern, that is the 10 marks question, long essay, 2 questions will be there. You will have question and 3 marks questions.
Good morning.
So you can see that how will be the questions asked. You know that recently that 2-3 years, if you see the question papers, you can see that what are the action verbs? Action verbs are those which will properly characterize the question. That is, what you have to write in that question is expected. Your expectations, the expectation from the examiner is clear with the action verb. That is, they will ask either define, then or they will ask write. or they may ask explain, they may ask enumerate, they may also ask like differentiate, distinguish, or classify. Now we should know the meanings of these. You cannot simply write anything and everything here, right? So define means you have to write the definition of the that particular topic, whatever is given, right? For example, define karma according to Ayurveda. If that is the question asked, then you should write the definition of karma according to Ayurveda. That should be done. Okay, that is how it is asked. So it may have different components. For example, define karma and write the characteristics of karma. If that is asked, then you have to write the definition of the karma and also write the lakshanas. Both you have to write. That is how you are going to present the answer. So now you are going to meet the expectations of the examiner. That is what is expected by the examiner from the student. So the students have to identify what is the action verb, that is what is asked, whether it is defined, whether it is right, and whether it is explained. Now write and explain, there is different. Explain means you have to explain it, that is you have to give examples and you have to make some sentences wherein you are going to connect the concept and the application. That has to be done. So therefore you have to explain it, that is the detailedly in sentences you need to write a paragraph and explain. So usually these will be asked for 5 marks as a short essay. This short essays itself, you will have these particular things like explain. Or you may have one more kind of question called enumerate. Enumerate means what? Enumeration means you are going to list, or you are going to just put in order. Whenever you are going to put something or list it, always it is better to list in a particular order, that is in the order of how they have been described in the shloka or in the explanations. Okay, always it is almost mandatory that you have to follow the order which has been followed in the shloka. In case if you forget, it is okay, but at least you should be able to list it properly. So enumerate means the first thing in your mind it should go that you have to list one by one you have to write, one below the other. Always whenever there is a question as enumerate the types of karma, if there it is there, then you have to write one below the other. Then it will be more presentable and it will be more attractive, and immediately the examiner will identify that this can be given. Okay, the marks can be given for this. Now I will show you a mistake which I have done. That is purposefully, you can see that here in the karma, the karma as per Ayurveda. Enumerate the karma as per Ayurveda. If you have that particular question, you can see that here the answer is there, but it is not distinctly seen, right? Where is the answer? The answer here is like, see, the Sharirika karma, Manasika karma, and Vachika karma. These are considered, that is Kayika, Vachika, and Manasika karma are described here. I have explained it, but I have not enumerated in the way which has to be. That is, I have just included in the paragraph. Therefore, immediately as per you, as soon as you see, you may not feel that there are the question is answered, right? The enumeration has been done. You will not feel like that. Whereas if you are going to list it one by one, that is, if you are going to enumerate one by one. For example, if you are done like this, there's no Dana, Gurutva, and Vega, these three like that, or Sat Pratyaya, Asat Pratyaya, Apratyaya. Like this, if you have done, then it is more clear and distinct, right? So in this way, you can see that the enumeration has to be done. Then the next one is the differentiation. Differentiation means what? You have to list out the similarities and the differences. When you say that differentiate, probably sometimes only differences can be listed out, but you have to list it out. Look, that is, you can take 2 columns, write 2 columns and differentiate properly. Then only it will be helpful for the examiner also to evaluate properly by step and award marks for that particular question. And you will also be very clear, and also you will not forget any points whenever you do in that particular way. Distinguish is also a very similar point, whereas with respect to the explanation of some characteristics of a topic. But distinguish means the special features should be highlighted. There is a difference between differentiation and distinguishing. That is, differentiation means you are just going to list out the what are the similarities or what are the differences exactly about two things, when you compare two things. But distinguish is you are going to highlight those points. You are going to highlight, or unique features are being listed out. That is, you will write a paragraph and then write a distinguishing features. That is, it may not be in comparison to anything, but it will be distinguishing factors, or it will be the unique factors of itself, right? So these are the distinguishes. Like for example, distinguish the characteristics of karma according to Ayurveda. If you say, then the unique features of karma in Ayurveda is that we have been described with the explanations of Samshodhana, Samshamana, and the Shastra Pranidhana Karma. We have distinguished characteristics or unique characters wherein we have differentiation between the Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma, and Paschat Karma. Or we have the different types of karma, that is the Laukika Karma and Alaukika Karma according to Vaisheshika Darshana. All these things are the differentiating factors which the uniqueness has been taken in Ayurveda also. That is what you have to tell. That is in Vaisheshika Darshana also this is explained. In Ayurveda also we have not left it. That is in the Charaka Samhita we have the explanations of these karmas also. There is Praneshana, Paralokshana, Dhaneshana, Praneshana, Dhaneshana, and Paralokeshana. Under Paralokeshana, we have the explanation of this. So that will become the distinguishing factor of karma, which is explained in Ayurveda, right? So these unique features of that particular topic has to be highlighted. That is called as distinguishing. Then the last one is the classifying. Classification means you have to classify in a proper way. That is how the Bheda as such. Like in Dravya also you have Bheda, or in the Karma also you have Bheda. There is a how it has been classified. If you can draw a picture or schematic representation, that will be more better. It will be more attractive. Sometimes for 3 marks, if you do not have much time, then you can just draw a schematic representation and then write the description in a short way. That also will convey the message that you know the answer completely, right? So this will be one of the methods, this is the method by which you are going to identify the verbs. That is, you have to identify the action verbs and write accordingly. You cannot include anything and everything anywhere. Always try to understand what is asked and write only to the point. You may be given an instruction by your teachers also many times in the examination that write to the point, right? So that is whatever is asked, and write the appropriate shlokas. These will be the instructions about, right? So that has to be understood and properly implemented. So let us see what are the short essays and short answers from this particular topic, that is Karma Vignyaniyam. Now, in this particular part, that is Karma Vignyaniyam, you can see that the 15 marks answer, the long essays have not been asked till now. So we hope that only with Karma, 15 marks, 10 marks questions, that is the long essays will be asked. So till now it has not been asked. That is why I have not included. Of course, there are chances, but usually for only karma, in the topic of karma vijnana, usually long essays are not asked. So we will see what are the short essays which have been asked earlier. Like we have taken from 2015 papers until present this thing. So you can see that many of the questions have been repeated. That is, the similar kind of questions have come up with respect to karma. So what is that? The question number 1 will take define karma and explain its types. You can see that it is a short essay. So what you have to do, you have to define karma. That is, you have to write the definition of the karma, right? So definition of karma you are going to write. Kriyate iti karma, kartavyasya kriya karma, and also always make sure that whenever the definitions are asked, better if you have some definitions according to Ayurveda, write that. That is, according to Charaka Samhita, you have a definition. The lakshanas of karma have been described. So therefore, better to write the definition which is given in Ayurveda, right? Always don't, especially for short essays, that is for the 5-mark question, don't miss to write any of the references which are related to Ayurveda. So you have to write the complete shloka. Then it is also said that explain the types, right? So when you want to explain the types according to explain the types according to Nyaya Darshana, explain the types according to Vaisheshika Darshana, and also explain the types according to Ayurveda. All the 3 you have to explain. You need not describe in very much detail, but at least write one sentence under each point. That will be very much helpful. So that is how you have to see here, define karma and enumerate the types. It was that, if that was the question, then you should have listed only the the types of the karma. But here the question is explain. Therefore, you have to explain. That is, at least you have to write a sentence and possibly give an example if the time permits. Okay. So if that is done, then the answer will be complete. Okay. So then the the distribution of the marks also will be easy, and the examiner will be able to give specific marks to the components of that particular answer. Next, once again, the define karma has been asked in February 2018, and you can see that explain its importance in Ayurveda. That is, the importance of karma in Ayurveda, that has been asked. So definition you have to write, and also you have to write the importance. Right? Then karma as per Nyaya Darshana. That is, you can see that, in the short essay itself, this has been asked. Karma according to Nyaya Darshana. So therefore, according to the Nyaya Darshana, whatever is explained, everything you have to consider. So if you know the shloka, that is the shloka from the Karikavali. Karikavali is a text written by whom? The author is Vishwanatha, who this Karikavali belongs to the Nyaya Darshana. It is a text of Nyaya Darshana, right? So therefore, the reference of Nyaya Darshana, that can be written. This Utshepana Tato Pakshepanam Akuchanam Tata Prasanam Chakamanam Karmani Etani Pancha. That you can write, and also you can write about this Brahmana Rechana Urdhva Jwalana Mevacha Tiryak Gamana Apiatra Gamana Deva Labhyate. That is, in Gamana what all comes under the Gamana, that also you can write, so that it will complete the answer. That is, you have to write everything. Utshepana, Apakshepana, Prasanana, Akunchana also you have to write. And in the aspect of Gamana, you have to also explain what is considered under the Gamana. All these things, if you cover, it will be more beneficial. Okay. So you can see that whenever a question is asked for 5 marks, according to that particular question, you have to answer. So if you feel that it is a little less, then try to add some points into that, whatever is relevant to that. Okay. Then the next one is the define karma lakshana and bheda. That is, once again, the classification you have to do, classification of this thing. So whenever classification is asked, you have to classify according to everything. That is, classify according to the darshanas, and also classification according to Ayurveda. All the classifications you have to write. Then one more question is asked as explain karma, as a short essay. Once again, explain karma. When you have a very vague question like this, that is, nothing specific has been asked, explain karma. So what you have to do, always take the definition. You have to now choose what to be written for 5 marks. So write the definition, write the lakshana, and write the types. So this is how you can explain and also write a few sentences, around 4 to 5 sentences about the application of karma in Ayurveda. So if you do this, that is the definition, lakshana, then the types, and the application in Ayurveda. 4 points if you cover, it will be enough. That is explanation of karma. You can write a small introduction. That is, what is karma. That is when we started the presentation, we spoke about that is how karma is important in Ayurveda, right? With respect to, in relation to Dravya. That has to be written. That is, and a small introduction can be written. That will also have some weightage. Don't directly start any short essays with definitions. Always write at least 1 sentence, right? That introducing the topic. If you can, because as you know that these are short essays. Now you know that the pattern of question paper is long essay, short essay, and short answers. Answers can be direct. That is, if a question is asked, directly you are going to answer for it. But in essays, you know that the components of essays are usually like, it will have an introduction, it will have the body, wherein the body of the essay will contain all the aspects related to that particular topic, and then it will have some discussion and then conclusion. These 4 points will be there in any essay: introduction, body, discussion, and conclusion. This will be there. So in long essays, you can follow this pattern. Of course, we'll be speaking about that later. But in short essays, so short essays, what in short, everything should be there. These components should be there, but it should be in short. You need not differentiate or write it, or write the heading as introduction, write the heading as body, or write the heading as discussion or conclusion. Those components should be present in your answer. So in short essays, it is expected that you cover all these points. That is, introduction should be there in 1 or 2 sentences, and then you come to the point, explain the whole procedure, whatever is asked, or the topic, whatever is covered, and then you have to conclude also. Write a conclusory sentence. For example, if it is asked, now you see that they explain the importance of karma in Ayurveda. If that is the question, then at last you have to write that by the following points or the above points prove that karma in Ayurveda is very much significant, and the concept and application of karma has a lot of significance in Ayurveda, and it's also it's in diagnosis and clinical practice, or diagnosis and treatment. It will be much helpful. Like that, you have to write 2 sentences, right? So that will be a conclusory sentence about that particular topic. Fine. Now you can see that there is one more question asked: types of karma according to types of karma for 5 marks. There also you have to make sure that there is, if it may be asked as classification of karma, or it can be asked as types of karma. According to all the authors, you have to write. If it is not specific, if it is specific, then it is okay. If it is non-specific, write all the things. That is, you have to cover all the things. Usually these general questions will be covered under greater marks, that is the higher marks only. It will not be asked for, the types of karma will not be asked for 2 marks or the 3 marks, or the for short answers it will not be asked, right? So it will be specific. That is, types of karma according to Nyaya Darshana, types of karma according to Ayurveda. This is how specifically it will be asked for 3 marks. Fine. So for 5 marks, you have to cover all the classifications. Then you can see that explain karma and its utility in Ayurveda, upright study of karma as per Ayurveda, and karma and its utility in Ayurveda. See, these are the same questions, but they are just interchanged. That is, the words are interchanged here and there. But you can see that what are the major things which are covered here. One thing is definition of karma. Second is the types, the classification of karma according to different the different darshanas, and also according to Ayurveda. Then they have asked the utility of karma in Ayurveda. These 3 are the major points which are covered in any of the answers. So if you cover these things, your understanding of karma Vignana will be almost done, 75% done. Then in the short answers part, you can see that in the short answer part, you can see this karma bheda has been asked as a short answer. Now what you will do, karma bheda, the classification has been asked, right? So you will only enumerate. You are not going to explain anything. You are going to just enumerate the types. That is, you can put a schematic representation also. That also will carry 3 marks, because one according to Nyaya Darshana, one Bheda according to the Vishesha Darshana, or that is the classification in general what we see. There is Laukika and Alaukika karma, or Paralaukika karma, that according to Vishesha Darshana, and another classification according to Ayurveda. If you do these 3 types of classification and write a schematic representation, that will be done. For 3 marks, it will be helpful. Okay. Then if you come to the karma lakshana is also asked. So karma lakshanas you can write according to Ayurveda and also according to the other thing. We will just go through what are the karma lakshanas. See, karma lakshanas we have the samyogecha vibhagecha karanam dravyamashritam. Always when you have a shloka, kindly quote it. That will carry more weightage and more marks, and also write the reference. Taraka Samhita Sutrasthana, first chapter. If you write, then it will be beneficial. If you know the shlokas of the Vaishika Darshana or the other Shastra like Tarka Bhasha, etc., then write that also, or at least quote that. If in case if you do not know the shloka completely, then at least write that in Vaisheshika Darshana it is explained that, and then write this thing. Do not miss the reference as where it has been explained. That you have to learn. Okay. So once you do that, that will be once you go in this particular pattern, it will be very easy for you to understand. Then one more thing which has been asked, see here, types of karma as per Nyaya. Specifically, it has been asked types of karma according to Nyaya. Only according to Nyaya, whatever is there, that Utshepana, Pakshepana, Prasarana, Akunchana, and Gamana, that you have to write, right? That is according to Karikavali, question is asked here. So for 3 marks, you can just describe it and leave it. Okay. So like this, you may get it. So these are the things which usually comes under the karma vijnana, right? The next topic which we are going to see is the Samanya Vijnana. This Samanya and Vishesha Siddhanta, this is also a concept. Like in the Padartha Vijnana first part, that is part A, you have studied the fundamentals of Ayurveda, the Siddhantas, Moolabhuta Siddhantas in Ayurveda. While you were studying that, you have come across with this concept called Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta. That is for the clinical application, you will be using this particular Siddhanta called Samanya and Vishesha Siddhanta. So under that, the first one is the Samanya Vignyaniyam. That is a particular concept which is explaining about the similarity. That is called as Samanya Vijnana. So you can see that let us just go through this particular concept so that it will be easy, and we'll revise all the aspects related to the Samanya Vijnana. Then we will cover the questions related to that. So Ayurveda has proposed many siddhantas for what? For the Swasthasya Swastha Rakshana and Aturasya Vikara Prashmana. That is our aim, right? So one among them is this Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta. So in the Charaka Samhita, while explaining the Padarthas, that is the Shat Karanas, he says Samanyancha Visheshamcha Gunan Dravyani Karmacha Samavayamcha Tajnatva Tantrokta Vidimasitaha. So it starts from Samanya. That is in the Vaisheshika Darshana Adi, we find that Dravya is giving more importance. It begins with Dravya Guna Karma Samanya Vishesh Samavaya. That is how in the Vaisheshika Darshana it is there. But Acharya Charaka has changed this a little bit. That is, they have taken the Samanya first, right? Because in the Darshanas, it is more of the Tattva Pradhana. It is related to the Tattva. Whereas in Ayurveda, we are more Karma Pradhana. That is, we are practically oriented towards the knowledge of theory and also knowledge of practicals, or knowledge of the Sharira is important for us. So when we consider that, it is the Darshanas are Jnana Pradhana, therefore Dravya is given more importance. Here it is Karma Pradhana, therefore whatever is coming into action, that will be more important for us. So we are mainly dealing with the Vriddhi and Kshaya of the dosha, or the Vriddhi and Kshaya of the dosha, dhatu, and also the mala. That is dosha dhatu mala mulam sada dehasya. That is what we have told. And also we have to maintain or create a balance between the dosha dhatu and mala. So for that reason, this Samanya Vishesha concept has been told first, because that is the first and foremost thing anybody has to learn. In Ashtanga Hridaya also, you might have learned about this thing, the importance of the Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta, which is embedded in the Samhitas of Ayurveda. So in the coming to the definition of Samanya, Nityatve Sati Anekam Samavetasam. That is the unique feature wherein there is inseparability. That is inseparable eternal factor wherein there is a group of similar things. That is called as Samanya. That is whatever is very common among a group of things, that particular factor is called as Samanya, which one which is the Nityatva, and also it is always present and it is a common factor. There are certain synonyms of this Samanya Siddhanta or Samanya, whatever it is called. So it is Samana Bhava. Many times it is used in different ways in the Samhitas, like Samana Bhava, but it is also called as Vriddhi Karana. Sometimes it is called as Tulyarthata hi Samanyam. It is also called as Ekatvakara Bhava. There's Ekatvam. This is used in many contexts also. Then Aneka Samavetatvam. That is, these are the synonyms, or these are the different words used with the same meaning, which is Samanya. Okay. So if you consider the Lakshanas of Samanya, the Lakshanas of Samanya have been described in the Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana in a very apt way, with whatever is applicable to us or applicable to the field of Ayurveda, that has been explained. Sorry. So Sarvada Sarvabhavanam Samanyam Vriddhi Karanam. This is very, very important, and you might have by-hearted this. So you can see that the Sarvada Sarvabhavanam, that is always and all bhavas, that is all the aspects which are related to anything, there samanyam will always, that is the commonness, will always be the factor or the reason for vruddhi or for the increase. This is used as a tool for chikitsa, that is to increase anything we are going to use it, right? Then you also have seen that samanyam ekatvakaram, that is, see, whenever something is common, for example, you are going to a different place, you are going to some foreign country, and you find a Indian or the a person who can speak your own language. Then what will happen? You will have a group there. That is, you both will be together. That is, you will have more commonness. So whenever there is something common, you will be one, that is ekatvakaram will be seen, or uniformity will be seen, uniqueness, or ekata can be usually seen. Okay, so that is, many things can may be possible, but you can see that whenever there is commonness, there will be ekata, ekatvakaram, this will be usually seen. Then tulyarthata hi samanyam. Tulyartha means it is not same, it is similar, right? There is difference between same and similar, right? Similar things always will increase the similar ones. So that is being used now. Like for example, when you are suffering with cold, what do we say? Don't take cold water. So whether the things which are similar, that is when you have running nose or this thing, you are not going to take the similar thing. That is one which is cold. So the similarity is between the shitatva here. So that shita will increase shita. So therefore that is usually avoided. Tulyarthata it is seen here. It is not that you have you have to decrease or increase water content in your body. It is more of the coldness what we are speaking here, right? So that is specifically considered. Then vriddhi samanahi sarvesham. As we said that always samana things will lead to vriddhi. These are the lakshanas of samanya which we have to consider. Of course, all these definitions and all these lakshanas you have already come across. We are quickly just revising all these things. You can see that samanya is also nitya, it is eka, and also it is residing in many. That is, it is nitya, it is always present, it is eka, it is one, and but it is present in many of the things. Anekanugatam, it is told. Then you can also see that the similar objects, that is whenever the samanya will be helpful for us to identify or to group similar things at one place and also differentiate between one which is dissimilar. That will be very much helpful. Okay, and that also will be the cause for the aggravation, or it will be cause for the increase. The strength also will increase that in that way. That is, if you bring in things which are similar together, then always the strength will be increased. This is also a concept which is seen always, right? So these are the characteristics of samanya, whether it is in the sharira or it is outside the sharira, anything like that. This is what we see. So this is all about the concept of samanya. The next one is the classification of samanya. There is the types according to different people. So we will see the classification of samanya according to Ayurveda, especially with respect to Chakrapani. Acharya Chakrapani says that Dravya Samanya, Guna Samanya, and Karma Samanya. Three kinds of Samanya he mainly describes. Now this is important because we are going to use this in the Ayurveda, and also questions also are asked on based on this. What is Dravya Samanya for 3 marks? What is Guna Samanya? What is Karma Samanya? This is specifically asked. So Dravya Samanya, if you consider, there is the wherein the concept is understood in this way. That is, aggravates the similar dravyas in the body and corrects the depletion as that particular thing is known as Dravya Samanya. That is, for example, it is the dravya, whatever you are taking. That is, if you have dehydration in your body, then what will you do? You will take water. That is, whatever has got depleted, you are going to just add on to that. So there will be vriddhi of that, right? So in the similar way, if you want to increase mamsa in your sharira, or if there is mamsa kshaya, then directly you are going to give the same dravya. Now in the rasa kshaya also we saw that rasa kshaya has happened, that water that dehydration has happened. Therefore, you are going to add on water. The same dravya is being replenished. So that is called as dravya samanya. In mamsa also, mamsa is depleted. Therefore, mamsa only you are giving, or mamsa rasa you are giving. So this is how you are doing. If there is severe rakta kshaya, then what you will do? Blood itself is transfused. So what is done? Rakta itself is replenished. So Dravya itself is replenished with that. For example, you have something, deficit, then you just add on. You have 99 rupees and you add 1 rupee, then it will become 100 rupees, right? But there is one more way of doing things. That is, if for example you have 99 coins, 1 rupee coins, and if you add one 1 rupee coin, then it will become 100. So now you have just added and then made it complete as 100 rupees. You can also add a 1 rupee note, but what happens, there is a little dissimilarity. Of course, in the value there is similarity. That is 199 coins and 1 rupee note. The value of it is same. That is, now the tulyarthata is there. This sorry, there was a suddenly there was some network issue. Very sorry for that. Fine. Sure. So continuing with the concept of Dravya Samanya, Guna Samanya, and Karma Samanya, that is the explanation which is given by Acharya Chakrapani. So he says that Dravya Samanya is wherein you are going to use the similar dravyas in the for the Sharira to get into the Samanyatva, that is Ekatvakara, for the Tulyarthata is usually seen. Then one more important classification which is made is the Guna Samanya, wherein the the quality wise, it is going to be like we said, no, that is the that is, if you are going to add value to that particular group of things, then it is going to enhance, right? So many times you cannot give the same thing. For example, now if Asti Dhatu Kshaya has happened, then you cannot provide the patient Asti. That is the you cannot give the powder of Asti to that particular person. You have to give similar dravyas. So what you will give? You will be giving the dravyas which can increase that particular dhatu. So you will be giving Shira, you will be giving the dravyas which are similar to that, like Pravala, Pravala Pishta, Pishta Pishta, Pishta Pishta, fine. So in the Karma Samanya, we have already seen the Dravya Samanya and Guna Samanya. Karma Samanya, wherein you have the aggravating components of the Sharira, wherein the karma of there is the action is involved. For example, that is, if you have a little bit that is Vatakshaya, then it can be little Vruddha with the help of, that is the and it can be enhanced with the help of Vyayam. And if there is Kafakshaya, etc., then you can do Divasana, wherein you can do sorry, there is some serious problem with the network probably. Though the network is good, I'm connected with Wi-Fi, but even then it is getting disconnected. Maybe some technical problem. Sorry for that. So we were discussing about the classification of Samanya according to Ayurveda. Then according to Nyaya Darshana, this is also important. That is according to Karikavali. That is the Karikavali is a text of Nyaya Darshana. Therefore, considering that, we have this three kinds of classification. That is Parasamanya, Aparasamanya, and Parapara Samanya. Now here you can see that the Parasamanya is wherein it is a higher degree, wherein it happens in the Dravya, Guna, and Karma. All the three things are included. That is called as Parasamanya. Then according to Nyaya Darshana, this is Yeah. So we were discussing about the types of Samanya according to Nyaya Darshana. That is Parasamanya, Aparasamanya, and Para-Aparasamanya. That is the intermediate group. That is when you have both the things mixed together. That is answers. That is Aparasamanya is asked one or two times. Even in your internal examinations, you might be asked with these questions very commonly. So you can see that like the in Parasamanya you have examples like the Dravyatah, Gunatah, and Karmatah. The whole component is included. Whereas in Aparasamanya, it is only one part of that. For example, Ghatatva, Patatva, when you say only that particular component, if it is yeah. So Ekavritti Samanya means you can see that if Grita increases Agni, we say, right? But Grita in its Grita is Snigdha, it is Shita, and it is not similar to Agni. Right? Dravyataha, it is not similar. Gunataha also, it is not similar. But Karmataha, that is by the karma, it has the Vishesha Guna in increasing the Agni of the Sharira. So now we can see that only Karmataha it is acting. Dravyataha and Gunataha it is not acting, or it is not similar. Is not similar as such. It may act based on its karma here, but not because of the guna or the dravya. So dravyatah and gunatah it is not samanya. Only karmatah it is samanya. That is called ekavritti samanya. There is only one part, one point of one factor among the three are similar. Ubhayavritti samanya means that is all the three factors are seen. Like for example, when we consider the dehydration, so dravyataha, gunataha, and karmataha, all these things we can see that there is uh, similarity between the water and the replenishing factor, that is one which the hydration. So in mamsa also we can see the mamsa rasa, if it is given for a person who is having the mamsa kshaya or the rasa and mamsa kshaya, then immediately you can see that dravyataha, gunataha, and karmataha, everything it is similar. So it is ubhayavritti samanya. This is told by some acharyas. According to Bhattaraj Chandra, who is Bhattaraj Chandra? The first commentator of
तिला नाही शेवत मी मग तुला हात लावले होते मी गळा भेट करते का राजश्री सारखं आज असं करते चिवडते का तुला राजश्री सारखं ए नाही ती बोलले झाले सगळे पावसाने ती जळत असतात का आता मी टाकून येणार
Hope I am audible now. Sorry, there was a serious network issue. Fine. So, Atyanta Samanya, Madhya Samanya, and Ekadesha Samanya are classified according to Bhattacharya. See, now you can see that the earlier classification, that is the classification according to some acharyas, you can see that Ekavritti and Ubhayavritti was told. That is one or all. It was like that. Now here, Bhattacharya has clearly defined it as either it is all the three, Atyanta Samanya, Madhya Samanya, where are only two, that is two among the three, and Ekadesha Samanya, one among the three. If they are present, then it is called as Ekadesha Samanya. So one more important aspect which we have to consider here is the practical study or the application of the Samanya with reference to Dravya, Guna and Karma. That is told. Like Samanya is used in many ways in Ayurveda, but we have to enumerate it, or we have to list it out. What are the things which are helpful in understanding what are the concepts which involve the Samanya as a concept in Ayurveda. So as per Ayurveda, you can see that in the Prakriti and the Sharira, Samanyata is present. There is Loka Purusha Samyavada also you have studied as one of the concepts in the fundamentals of Ayurveda. Then you can see that this you have also studied a shloka, that is the Sharira is very, very similar to the Loka. That is the Soma, Surya and Anila are in similarity to the Kapha, Pitta and Vata in our Sharira, right? So this you have studied, right? This particular concept of Loka Samya Purusha Siddhanta will help us in understanding as what component should be replenished or what component should be added so as to create a balance. And you can also see that this Sarva Dravyam Panch Bodhitikam Asminarthe, that also has been told. That is in the Loka we have all the things which are made up of Mahabhuta, and in the Sharira also we have all the components which are mainly Bhotika. So Sarvam Dravyam Pancha Bhotikam Asmin Arthe it is told. Asmin Arthe means Asmin Shastre. In our Shastra we believe that everything is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta. Okay. So we see that anything which is taken from the nature, that is from the Loka, if it is made up of certain components, and the Sharira is also made up of the same components, that is why whatever we intake, it will lead to the Vriddhi of that. That is, we are taking Ahara because it is similar to the things which are present in the Sharira. Ahara is a component which is present in the Loka, right? And Sharira is a component which is derived out of the Loka itself. Therefore, whatever is present in the Loka, if you are going to take it, then it will replenish the dhatus of the Sharira, or it will create a balance between the dosha dhatu and mala in the Sharira. That is what is the concept. So Samanya is applied in this aspect there. Even now coming to the Aushadha also, you have the similar concept. Therefore, if you consider the something which is depleting, that is, we know that Sharira is Shiryate Anena iti Sharira. That is, the Sharira will be always going in constant depletion, in depletion mode. That will be usually seen. So therefore, in order to do the vriddhi of anything, you need the dravyataha, gunataha, karmataha vriddhi by different methods, right? So the dravya samanya, guna samanya, and karma samanya, all the three things are important for us. So in case of, if we take examples in the Sharira, for example, we have Mamsa Kshaya, then Mamsa Sevana can be done, wherein you have the Dravya Samanya being seen here. If, for example, if you have Shukra Kshaya, there is Shukra Dhatu Kshaya, there Kshira Sevana can be included, wherein there is Guna Samanyata. That is the Dravata, Madhurata, Snigdhata, all these things are the gunas which are very common between Shukra and Kshira. So therefore, if Kshira is taken, then the Shukra Vriddhi also will happen. So here you can see there is Gunataha Samanyata. And the third example which we take is the Kapha Kshaya. That is, if there is Kapha Kshaya, then Kapha Vriddhi can be done a little, or you can see that when there is Vata Vriddhi, a little bit of Vata Vriddhi, then Diva Swapna can be done. So Diva Swapna will increase the Kapha a little. So it is Karmataha, it is not Gunataha or it is not Dravyataha. Diva Swapna has nothing to do with Kapha in the Dravya part or in the Guna part. It is more of Karma thing. So when Diva Swapna is done, then the Kapha Vriddhi will happen a little. So this is how you are going to see the application of Gunataha, Karmataha, Dravyataha, Gunataha and Karmataha Vriddhi or Samanyata among the components of the Sharira and the components which are present outside the world, right? So this is very, very important. So this applies to everything. There is Panchabhotikatva also, it will apply. For Aushadha Karma also it will apply. It will also apply for specific karmas like Deepana, Pachana, or Samsana, Rechana. All these things also it will be specifically applying, right? So after we have completed the discussions about the Samanya Vijnana, let us see what are the questions which come under this. Now you can see this in the Samanya Vignyaniyam. Once again, there are no long questions or the long essays which have come only with respect to Samanya. Samanya Vishesha, together it has come, but that way anyway we'll be discussing further. But only with the topic of Samanya Vignyaniyam, we have not got any long essays. So short essays and short answers are very common. So we will be seeing one by one. So Samanya Lakshanas and its Bheda has been asked for 5 marks. So Samanya Lakshanas, what you have to write. See, whenever this question is asked, Samanya Lakshana, that means it doesn't mean that it is general characteristics of anything. No, it is Samanya means Samanya Vignyaniyam they are asking, right? So it is specific, very, very specific here. So the Lakshanas of Samanya you have to write. Always prefer, as I said, first to write the shlokas which are relevant to Ayurveda. Then you can take the other references also. Better to write Charaka Samhita's shlokas first. Whenever such questions are asked, always always try to write the shlokas with the reference, okay? Because only short shlokas will be there with respect to Lakshana, etc. So you have to be very specific with that. Then the Lakshana of Samanya, you can write the other references also from Tarka Sangraha, etc. But anyway, you have many Lakshanas according to Ayurveda. So those things, if you write, it will be enough. Then you have to write the Samanya classification, the Bheda. Bheda means classification that you have to write. So Dravya Samanya, Guna Samanya and Karma Samanya according to Ayurveda and according to Chakrapani you have to write. According to Nyaya Darshana and according to Bhattacharya you can write. Okay. So these three are the classifications you have to write, or the Bheda, right? So 5 marks will be covered. Then once again, this same question is asked in February 2017, and then Lakshana and types of Samanya is once again asked. I have clubbed all these three things. That is, we have kept one after the other because see, so many times it has been repeated. Same question has been repeated in 2015, 2017, 2018 also it has been repeated. Then you can see in 2020 also, the recent one, in the previous examination, the supplementary, they have asked, write Lakshana, types of Samanya and its application in Ayurveda. All three have been asked. So application in Ayurveda also you have to write. There is application right now we discuss now. There is in Loka Purusha Samya Vada, it will be helpful. Dravyataha, Gunataha and Karmataha, how it will be helpful. How it will be helpful for the different Aushadha karmas like Deepana, Pachana, or this Parthiva, Apyayatva, Panchabhotikatva of the Aushadhas. All these things can be written in the application in Ayurveda. One more question you had, explain Samanya and write its importance in Ayurveda, which was asked last year. There also you have to write, combine the explanation of Samanya. So when you, such question is asked, explain Samanya, then what all you have to write? The synonyms, the Lakshana, and also the types. All the three things you have to cover whenever explain is given. Okay. Then Samanya Lakshana and their classification. Once again, it is asked. So you can see that, see, 4 times the same question is asked. That is Lakshana and their Bheda. Lakshana Bheda has been asked 4 times, and 2 times they have asked the importance also for 5 marks. Okay. So this is how you have to frame your answer. Then the short answers. Coming to the short answer, you have the one in turn 15 it was asked, Apara Samanya. What is Apara Samanya? That is wherein only one component is taken into consideration. Para, and okay, this is according to Nyaya Darshana, right? Apara Samanya, wherein only one component among the thing, that is Dravyataha or Guna, Dravya or Guna or anything is considered. Then that is considered as Apara Samanya. So of course it is a little rare to ask the definite, the things which come under, the one specific category of thing, because for 3 marks, because earlier it was for 2 marks in 2015 and all, that is why they were asking very specific. Now as it is for 3 marks, probably they will combine the types of the types of Samanya according to Nyaya Darshana, that may be asked. Para and para Samanya, that you can write. Okay. So that may be asked further. Then you have Samanya Vargikarana or Samanya Bheda as a short answer. See, Samanya Vargikarana, so you have to concentrate only on that. Vargikarana means what? Classification. Or what is Bheda? That is also classification. So many words can be used. Vargikarana or Bheda, all these things are similar. Or types if it is written, or if it is asked as classify or classification, write the classification. All these things are same. Right? So for that, you have to write only the classification. Don't once again go with the definition, Lakshana, everything of the Samanya. Only write the classification. Whatever is asked for 3 marks, that much can be answered. Then see once again the types of Samanya. So for short answers, you may expect this repeatedly. That is the Vargikarana or the classification of Samanya. According to Chakrapani, according to Nyaya Darshana, and according to Anyamata, and also according to Bhatta Harishchandra. So 4 classifications you can write. Okay. Then coming to the Vishesha Vignyaniyam. That is, this is also the third point is the Vishesha Vignyaniyam. So Vishesha is what? Atulyarthatha. The synonyms have been described. That is Atulyarthatha, Ras. Sadrishatva is not there. The similarity is not there. Then Vyavritti Hetu and Bheda Buddhi. Bheda Buddhi means classifying. See, you have probably come across Beta Hibedyu Anitha Binatti, it is told. This classification can be made in different types for different people. So whenever something is divided, that is Vibhaga is done, then it is always based on something which is unique or something which is different, right? So the difference is considered as Vishesha here. So the Vishesha, when you mean, it can be either special or it can be different also. Special and different. See, for example, if somebody has prepared nice food for you, if you want to say that it is very good, oh, something very special, you will say the food is very special, it is very nice. If you want to describe it, that it is very nice in a positive way. If you want to say how is the food, then if you say it is quite different, that has 2 meanings. Either it is not good, that means it is different, means something not normal, that also can be the meaning here. So therefore not normal can also be the meaning. So in Ayurveda also this is applicable very, very much. That is, if something is not normal, then you consider it under Vishesha, or if something is special or unique, then also you consider it as the Vishesha. See, where you might have played the game odd man out, right? So when something is odd, so that differentiating factor will make that particular thing odd, or stay away from the group, right? So that also can be considered under Vishesha. Therefore, it is told Hrasa Hetu. When something is odd, it will be removed. Then what will happen? In this group there will be decrease, or there will be reduction. So that is why it is called as Hrasa Hetuhu. Vishesha is always Hrasa Hetu. Whenever you remove a component from something, then the entire part, in the entirety, there will be some reduction, right? There will be Hrasa. Hrasa means reducing or reduction or depletion will be seen. Visheshastu Pratatva Krita. Visheshastu Pratatva Krita. That is, Pratatva means there is distinguishing factor. That is what I was, unique factor. In the exam, the action verbs which we used also, we use this particular word distinguish. That means what? One which is unique, featuring the most important or the special feature of it. Then Visheshastu Viparyaha. Sometimes anything which is opposite to that. We said no, something is not normal, then we say it as Vishesha. So not normal means what? Opposite to normal. C is abnormal C. So opposite, viparyaya, that also can be used. Atyanto nitya dravyam, antyo nitya dravyam, vritti vishesha parikirtitaha, it is told. That is, the vishesha is the last padartha which is told according to Nyaya Darshana, and it resides in the nitya dravya. That is how, what is the class definition according to, or the lakshana according to Karikavali. That is the Nyaya Darshana. So coming to the bheda or the classification of vishesha, you have once again the similar type of classification as per Samanya. The same thing, it is just opposite to that. So Dravya Vishesha, Guna Vishesha and Karma Vishesha, the same thing will be used here. But here in Vishesha, you can see that it is used for Apatarpana Chikitsa. It has a lot of application, especially with respect to Chikitsa, because many of the times we can see that causes of disease are usually because of the santarpana. Usually, not always, but most of the times you can say that santarpana janya rogas are more than the apatarpana janya rogas, right? Whenever there is vritti, then hrasa has to be done. Like people suffer with atisthaulia, suffer with hridroga, or even the prameha, etc. Here, everywhere you can see that there is vritti hetu. So therefore, you need hrasa hetu to do the chikitsa there. So therefore, the Vishesha Chikitsa is used more than Samanya Chikitsa many a times, right? But of course, Samanya Vishesha should be used simultaneously, right? That we will come to that particular point. So Dravya Vishesha, Guna Vishesha and Karma Vishesha are the classifications of Vishesha. So only one type of classification you find, right? Then you have the application with reference to Dravya, Guna and Karma, that is in reference to the Vishesha Siddhanta. So you can see that particularity or distinguishing factor, the word itself will note that something is special than the normalcy, or it may be something different from the normal. So therefore, you can see that in any kind of roga or any kind of dravya, Vishesha will have a lot of importance. So Vishesha is also a karana for the bheda. It becomes the karana for the classification, right? Whenever you have some distinguishing factor, then only it should be classified. If everything is common, then it will come to the common category. It will not have anything speciality in that. So like for example, karana dravya and kari dravya, then in guru ahara and lagu ahara. In ahara is same, but you have once again classification in that guru ahara, lagu ahara. Why? Because some aharas are laghu. It has a distinguishing factor that they are laghu, right? So that becomes a distinguishing factor. That is the Vishesha then. So, and this also helps us a lot in the differential diagnosis. This Vivachedaka Nidana, what we call. That is Vivachedana means to differentiate between one roga to the other. For example, a person is suffering with knee pain. That pain may be because of, it may be osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or maybe gouty arthritis, any kind of thing. Amavata, Sandhivata, Vata Rakta, anything like that. So in order to differentiate that, you need to have specific features. They'll have these specific features, and also there will be specific methods of diagnosis of that particular thing. So that this is the Visheshatva. Though pain is common, there are other things which are uncommon, or distinguishing features will be there. Okay. So therefore, always we use Dravya Vishesha, Guna Vishesha or Karma Vishesha in order to decrease the things which are happening in a Vruddha way. That is, one which is increased, we are going to use Dravya Vishesha, Guna Vishesha, Karma Vishesha in order to reduce something. Okay. There is one more concept which is discussed under the Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta, that is the Pravritti Rubhayasyatu. This statement is very, very important. That is, while numbering or naming the number of padarthas, Samanya and Vishesha has been mentioned separately. That is Samanya Vignyaniyam and Vishesha Vignyaniyam. Separately we have studied. But practically if we see, then we see that it is always used simultaneously. Whenever we spoke about Samanya, we spoke about something which has depleted, then we are going to increase, right? So it is usually, if one is there, another will be existing. It is always two sides of the coin. It is like that, right? So here in the shloka, that is in the shloka, if you consider Sarvada Sarva Bhavanam Samanyam Vriddhi Karanam Rasa Hetur Visheshasya Pravrittir Ubhayasya tu. So what are these Ubhayasya Pravritti and Ubhayasya tu? Pravritti and Ubhayasya tu is the most important word, a key word which we have to focus upon. What is Pravritti? Pravritti means the Prayoga. Now we have kept the title of this particular presentation also as what is it? Padartha Vijnana Pravritti or Padartha Pariksha Pravritti. Pariksha Pravritti means what? We are going Padartha Vijnana Pariksha. Pariksha means the examination, and the examination what you are going to give. Pravritti means the prayoga, whatever you are going to do, right? So Pravritti means what? The prayoga, whatever you do, the experimentation or the understanding of it. That is called as the prayoga. So that is Pravritti here. Ubhaya means what? Both Samanya and Vishesha. Ubhaya means both. Manas is called as Ubhaya Dravya or Ubhaya Atmaka Indriya. Ubhaya Indriya. Why? Because it acts both as the Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. So in the similar way, Ubhaya means both Samanya and Vishesha. So here you can see that always in all the times, all the identical things will always be the cause for the increase. And if you see the Rasa Hetu, that is whenever the opposite things are mixed together, then it will be leading to the reduction, or Vishesha is always the cause for the decrease. But if you see that even though Mamsatva exists in Mamsa, like for example in Mamsa there is Mamsatva, directly Mamsa cannot increase the Mamsa Dhatu. For example, if you have Mamsa in your Sharira in a particular thing, if you eat Mamsa, does the Mamsa directly go to that particular part and increase the Mamsa? No, it cannot happen. Though we said earlier that the Mamsa will increase, Dravyataha it is similar, that is why it will increase. But Mamsa cannot be just stuck into wherever you want, right? Mamsa, right? That cannot be done. So here it is very much necessary for us to understand that how it happens. You need the Mamsa to get absorbed by the Sharira, and then it will go to the components which are present in the Sharira, which is similar to the Mamsa. That is how it will act, right? So therefore, that is also similar in case of Vishesha also. It is not that, for example, a person wants to lose weight. If he is doing taking Medo Hara Dravya, or if he is exercising repeatedly to decrease the fat, it is not that Vyayama if he is doing, then fat will decrease immediately. It has to act in his body in a certain way. Or if he is taking some Karshana Dravya, it has to act in a certain way and then it has to decrease. So for this, the maintaining this normalcy or bringing something which is Vriddha to normalcy or something which is Kshaya to normalcy, you need the help of Samanya and Vishesha both together. It should work together in synergy. It should work. Then only it will be helpful for us to bring anything in balance. For example, if you just take a weight balance also, like if you have some vegetables on one side, you will have another another weight, that is weight having some value, right? Some particular mass, and it is calculated. So however, if you want to balance the both, then you have to make sure that whatever you have taken here is in the way of mass or in the quantity as such. That is the in terms of mass it should be equal, right? In terms of mass it should be equal, then only it will be helpful. So whatever you are taking, it should be in those terms only. Now you cannot weigh milk. You usually weigh milk, measure milk with the help of liters. You do not weigh milk and take it, right? Because the quantity will differ according to the dravya. So therefore, that also has to be considered here whenever you are considering the Samanya and Vishesha, the application of it in the Sharira. So that is how you have to consider. Because the gunas also should be considered whenever you are using the Samanya and Vishesha, specifically in the Sharira. So for examples, when we can take that when Vata is aggravated, the Kapha will be decreased, right? So, kapha vruddhyakta, sreshma vruddhyakta amaya sambhavaha, it is told, right? Then, in the similar way, if kapha shamaka dravyas are used, the increased vata, which has increased because of some gunadaha karmataha or dravyataha, it will decrease. But at the same time, you can see that a little bit of kapha also increases because you are using some dravyas which can increase the kapha also. So when you are trying to decrease the vata, a little bit of increase in kapha also will happen. That is why in the Charaka Sharira it is told that Tadeva Tasmat Bheshajam Samyak Avacharyamananam Yugapat Nyuna Atiriktanam Dhatunam Samyakaram Bhavati Adhikam Apakarshati Nyunam Apyayati. So this is how it is done. Then how is the application of the Samanya and Vishesha done in the Sharisthana specifically, and in particular beautifully they have explained that the Nyuna or Atirikta. That Atirikta means one which has increased, Nyuna means one which has decreased. How will you create the balance? Whatever has increased, you are going to decrease. Whatever has decreased, you are going to increase. That is Adhikam Apakarshati. Adhikam Apakarshati. Nyunam Apyayati. Apyayati means you are going to nourish it. That is how you are going to do the chikitsa. That is what all chikitsa is about. Therefore, this pravritti rubhasyatu means the prayoga is done simultaneously. Whenever there is some increase, at the same time you have to think that something is getting decreased also. So why this is important? The understanding of pravritti rubhasyatu is important because the proper dosage of medications, the anupana of the aushadhas, all these things have to be considered whenever you are going to do the prayoga. For example, if you want to give a person is suffering with cold, then you cannot give a lot of ushna dravyas and make sure that his cold comes down. Along with that, you have to give something to balance also. So you are going to give with water or some kshira or something like that, right? For example, lashuna is not given directly. It is given as kshira paka. Why? The tikshnatva of lashuna is reduced because of the kshira prayoga. So that is how you are going to balance. That is called as pravritti rupesya too. That is you are using samanya and vishesha together many a times, right? So you can see that, for example, when the kashaya rasa dravyas are provided to a patient, administered to a patient, simultaneously you can see that the vata also may increase. If you are giving kashaya rasa for decreasing the kapha, at the same time the vata vritti also may happen a little. So therefore that also has to be tackled. Okay. Then it has another action also. If it is reducing the kapha, along with that pitta also will be reduced a little, right? Kashaya tikta madhuranam, there is pitta manyetu kurvate, it is told, right? So these things are the actions which are seen. That is, the specific dravyas has specific actions on the dosha, dhatu and mana. That also has to be taken into consideration. Karmatah also you can see. If you are doing vamana, vamana is done to remove the excessive kapha from the sharira. But if you do a little bit of ati yoga of vamana happens, then there will be vata vriddhi. So for that you will be doing the shamana with the help of some sneha dravya or some dravya which has a little bit of ushna and snigdha guna. Then you cannot say that it will increase kapha. No, you are just doing the vata shamana with the help of the snigdha dravya there, right? So that is very important to be understood. So ubhayatmaka chikitsa is always given, right? And this will always help us in maintaining the the prakritatva of the sharira in a good way. Okay, fine. So let us see that what are the short essays usually asked in Vishesha Vignyaniyam. So in the Vishesha Vignyaniyam we have Vishesha Lakshana and Bheda which are asked with examples. It is asked. See, there's Vishesha Lakshanas are what we have come across. What are the Vishesha Lakshanas? Visheshastu Krutakatva Kruta, that is Hasa Hetu Visheshascha, Visheshastu Viparyaha. All these things we have to write, especially according to Ayurveda. We should never miss. And also write the Lakshana, the Bheda, that is classification. There is Dravyataha, Gunataha and Karmataha. These are the three classification of Vishesha. That has to be explained with example. Now, why they have told with example? Because you do not have many classifications, many types of classification. That is why you have only one type. That is why examples also you have to write. That is why they have asked for 5 marks. So this you have to understand. That is what should be the content for how many marks. Then significance of Vishesha in Ayurveda. See, this is a 5 marks question in total. You need not write the definition the classification, etc. Only write the application, because see, application as with respect to this was more. In case you can include the pravritti rupesitu, that also you can write. Explain Vishesha Padartha in detail. That also has been asked. Okay, Vishesha Padartha in detail, it has been asked. In February 2018, it is asked. There, when you say Vishesha Padartha, everything you have to write. That is the synonyms, Lakshana, the classification, and also application in Ayurveda. Everything you have to write in short. Okay, fine. Then short answers are also asked with respect to Vishesha. Types of Vishesha has been asked, Dravya Vishesha, Guna Vishesha, and Karma Vishesha. Then Dravya Vishesha as a short answer is also asked many times. Then define Dravya Vishesha is asked. So, sorry, define Vishesha is asked. Then only the definition, Hrasa Hetur Vishesha, the Lakshanas can be written. Recently in February 2020, this was asked, define Vishesha. Though there is no definition of Vishesha, you have to take from the Sarvada Sarvabhavanam only, and you have to write that. Okay. Then Dravya Vishesha has been specifically asked in 2018. See, here Dravya Vishesha means only with respect to Dravya, you have to write that particular explanation, and you have to write the example also, right, for 3 months. That has to be done. So, as we said, that long essays are not asked separately as karma in Karma Vignyaneeya, Samanya Vignyaneeya, Vishesha Vignyaneeya, but as a combination. You can see that this has been asked. That is, explain Samanya and Vishesha Siddhanta and write its importance in Ayurveda. Now, what you have to do for this? This is a 10-mark question. So, what you have to do? You have to explain Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta. That is what you have studied in the Padartha Vignana 1 chapter. Also, you can write a little bit, write an introduction. See, as I said, long essay. This is a long essay. Long essay should contain introduction. It should contain the body. It should contain the discussion and conclusion. These 4 points should be there in a long essay, because this is an essay, right? So the first thing what you have to do is you have to write a small introduction about Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta, how it is important in Ayurveda, and you that is, you have to write that Samanya and Vishesha has been considered as the the primary padarthas in Ayurveda. It starts from Samanya. The order has been changed by Acharya Charaka, and then it has been enumerated. That should be the essence of the the introduction. Then you have to write the definition of Samanya and the Lakshanas of Samanya, classification of Samanya, and the importance of Samanya in Ayurveda. Then write definition of Vishesha, Lakshana of Vishesha, Bheda of Vishesha, and the importance of Vishesha in Ayurveda. Also write Pravritti Rupahasyetu. This the importance of Pravritti Rupahasyetu in Ayurveda. That also you have to write. Then one more question has been asked. Explain Samanya Vishesha in detail. There also you have to do the same thing. In detail, when it is asked, in detail means all those components should be added. Then when you end the answer, you should write a small discussion. That is, that is, you have to include the points, whatever you have included in the introduction and also in the body. That is, Samanya Vishesha is a concept which has been explained in Ayurveda specifically to highlight the importance of Vriddhi and Kshaya of the Dosha, Dhatu and Mala and its Chikitsa. Therefore, we can find that the components of the Samanya and the components of the Vishesha will be specifically helpful in regaining the swasthya in a person. Therefore, the explanations of Samanya and Vishesha are important to be studied. This has to be written in the discussion. And in the conclusion, you have to write that, therefore, the explanations of Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta forms the basic or fundamental or Maulika Siddhanta of Ayurveda. One among the Maulika Siddhanta in the Ayurveda. That should be the conclusive sentence. That is how you have to conclude. So introduction, body. In body, you have to write the definition, Lakshana, then the Bheda, that is classification, and also importance. Then in discussion, you have to write just, it is Upanaya, that is, you have to just discuss those points, whatever are necessary, and you have to conclude it. Okay. Conclusion, you have to just write one sentence. That's all. Need not explain the conclusion. You have to just write one sentence, how it is important. Okay. That much should be there in the long essay. Coming to the short essays as cusps, that is, cusp means the combination of both things. That is what I have given to you here. That is, you can see that short essays are also asked is a combination of the two topics. Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta as a short essay. There, you need not write in detail. You have to write only the lakshana, and the classification. That much if you write definition, lakshana, and classification, if you write, it will be enough of both the things. Then one more question may be asked like this, that is differentiate between Samanya and Vishesha as a short answer. Then you have to just enlist or enumerate the differences. As we said, differentiate was there, no? So you have to write the aspects of Samanya at one side and Vishesha or other on the other side. That is Tulyartata hi Samanyam, you'll write. Here you have to write Visheshastu Viparyaha. Then Samanyam Ekatvakaram, you'll write. Then he'll write, Visheshastu Viparyaha, he'll write, that is, it was Asamanyakara, or it will be Pratatvakrita, Visheshastu Pratatvakrita, that you will be writing on the opposite side. So two ways you have to write. What is the importance of Samanya? What is the importance of Vishesha? You have to write two columns and then differentiate. That will be more presentable. Then it will be easy also. In many of the textbooks of Padartha Vignana also, you will be finding this particular listing of the differences, Sadharma and Vaidharma. In that way it will be given. You can refer to many textbooks of Padartha Vignana wherein the Sadharma and Vaidharma have been listed or enumerated. That is the similarities and differences. Sadharma means similarities, Vaidharma means differences. So these are listed in many of the Padartha Vignana books. You can refer to that also. Then this is also a question. Pravritti Rupesyetu as a short answer for 5 marks. That is whatever we discussed, no, Pravritti Rupesyetu. That is, you have to define what is Pravritti, what is Ubhaya means, and you have to write this particular shloka and also write the explanation as how it will be helpful. You have to write with the examples and you have to explain the examples also. And this shloka is also important. Tadeva tasmad beishajam samyag avacharyamanam yukapat nyunatiriktanam dhatunam samyakaram bhavati adhikam apakarshayati nyunam apyayati. From Charaka Sharira 6th chapter, that also you have to write. Then only you will be able to get complete marks. Okay. So this is all about the short essays. Then some short answers as a cusp also, you make it short. Pravritti Rupesyetu for short answer. What you have to do here, you have to just write that Sarvada Sarva Bhavanam Samanyam Vriddhi Karanam Hasa Hetu Visheshascha Pravritti Rupesyetu. That shloka you have to write from Charaka Samhita and also quote that what is Pravritti here. Pravritti means Prayoga, and what is Ubhaya? Ubhaya means Samanya and Vishesha both. And always we have to write a sentence that always it is not possible in Chikitsa, especially in Pravritti or in Prayoga. It is seen that Samanya and Vishesha act simultaneously. Yugapat, that is simultaneously, it will be acting. Only that much if you write, it is enough. You can write an example also, like how it happens in the Vata Vriddhi or Vata Kshaya, how it happens. That you can write. So this will be the way of explanation of the things according to the answer, the questions which have been asked. So I will be just giving you some few tips which you can follow in your examinations. First thing is read all the questions carefully. That is, what is the action verb? Somebody in the chat box has asked what is enumerate. That is, enumerate means listing. That is one by one. If you want to list, that is called as enumeration. Okay, that is the thing which what that is the meaning of enumeration. Fine. Then one more thing is start with easy question always. That is, if you know these answers, then what is easy for you, that you have to start. There is nothing that for everybody everything will be easy or everything will be difficult. For whatever for you, whatever is easy, that you have to start first. And always prefer short answers to be written first. That is what is my personal advice. That see, 5 marks, you have 10 questions almost, right? So maximum part will be covered in that. So therefore you may score better if you write the short essays in a better way. If your presentation is good, maximum marks will be covered with that. Then you have the short answers which also carry 3 marks. Therefore don't leave that. So you have to score maximum, at least 3 out of 3 you have to give, because if you write just a shloka and a little explanation, or you just classify some things, you will get the marks. Therefore short answers, make sure that you complete it. Never leave any kind of short essays, and never leave short answers also. Then you can attempt the long essay questions, because long essay questions will take more time. Therefore 1 hour you keep it for short essays. Around half an hour you can keep it for short answers. Half an hour to 45 minutes. 45 minutes will be enough for short answers, and another 1 hour for long essays. That is half an hour each for 2 long essays you can keep. So 2.5 hours to 2 hours 45 minutes is completed. Another 15 minutes you'll have to revise, right? So whenever you get confused, that is in short answers, sometimes you may get confused what to write first. So many things. For example, explain in detail about Samanya Vishesha Siddhanta. If that is asked, you may get confused what to write first, what to write next, especially in the body. That is why always start with the introduction. Just start off with the introduction. Then you will get to know what to be done, right? Soon you will start remembering what all points you can do. That is why always remember, always follow a pattern. Whenever you follow a pattern, you will not get confused, or you will not get missed with the topics. For example, definition. First definition you have to write. Whether you remember or not, just write definition. Then something will come into your mind, and immediately you will start remembering the points. Then always manage time. As I said, that first 1 hour complete certain things, then next hour you will be doing the things like this. First year usually it will be in the morning, so now from 9 o'clock it will start. So 9 to 10 I am going to finish this, 10 to 11 I am going to finish this, 11 to 12 I am going to finish this. Have a proper classification of the time. If you do not have proper classification of the time, it will be very, very you will become anxious, and you may not be able to write in the proper way, or you may not be able to manage the time. That is very, very important. And also review the answers. That is, have at least 10 to 15 minutes to review the answers, how you have written, how it has been presented, how is the overall handwriting, and whether you will be getting enough marks from it. So for example, 5 marks, how much you may get. In the long essay, how much you may get. In the short answers, how much you may get. Such review you should know. So at least by half the time, at least by 11:30, you should be knowing whether I will score better or not. Have I passed within 1.5 hours? Like 9 o'clock you have started. In 10:30, you should be able to say that whether I will pass in this examination or not, right? That should be your way of interpretation. Then don't leave the hall till the time ends. That is why always don't make sure that completely you review the answers and then leave. Don't leave the hall immediately. Okay. Then approach to 3 marks questions usually will be in this way. That is, you write 4 to 5 sentences, and always questions will be very direct, right? It will not be twisted. So therefore, always make sure that you write the answers completely, right? With 4 to 5 sentences at least should be there. Then short answers, always write in paragraphs. 1 or 2 paragraphs can be written in short. Explanation is expected. That is what is the expectation of the thing. At least shloka should be there. At least 1 shloka should be there in your answer in the short essay part. Then the long essays, you have to always read the question properly, because the components of the questions are very important. Therefore, always make sure that you read the questions in a proper way. Then plan the answer, then write an introduction, then build the answer, that is write the body, and divide the answer into different components. For example, I said lakshana, then the definitions, lakshana, the bheda, then the application in Ayurveda, application in Chikitsa in particular, or application in any other sciences. All these things you have to write as a heading, right, and underline, and also add examples whenever possible. Then it will give more marks. Then how to make your answers more attractive? You write shlokas in an appropriate way. Always center aligned. That is, you write the shlokas in the center. That will be more attractive. Then usually use Sanskrit words. Do not use always the English word. It will be more attractive. Using Sanskrit words will be more attractive. Then use charts. Use also flow charts. For example, classification and all. You use charts. That will be more appropriate. You can also use tables. That is, if you are differentiate between Samanya and Vishesha, then put a table. Then that will be easy. Then you can also use pictures or drawings. Like for example, Utshepana, Apakshepana, Prasarana, Akunchana, and all. You can draw some pictures. That will be very much beneficial. It will be attractive. It will give more marks. Then they also write titles and subtitles. Underline them with your pen itself, because you are supposed to use only black ink pen. So you can just mark it or underline it, right? Underlining and highlighting will always provide more marks, because as soon as the examiner sees, especially now the digital valuation goes on. So as soon as the paper is seen on the screen, if all the components are highlighted, then the examiner will be sure that you know the answer completely, and directly it will be easy to also understand all the components of the answer. Okay, so this is how you can improve. There are some few common mistakes which you are usually doing. probably not mentioning the serial number. This is very, very important. Serial number should be written. Of course, nowadays in your from the previous examination, the serial number will be already printed. So make sure that you write that answer in the same page only. Do not mix it. Okay, the same page only you're supposed to write. Then unwanted things you should not write, because it may consume more papers and you may not be able to write the wanted things. So avoid writing unwanted things. Do not repeat the answers. Repetition of answers should not be done, and do not copy or don't get into any kind of malpractice. So if you follow all these things, definitely I'm sure that you will be coming out with flying colors whenever is the exam, right? So I think I have given you a comprehensive idea of the understanding of karma, samanya, and vishesha siddhantas, and also how the questions appear in the examination and how you will be able to answer it. If you have any questions, you can ask now. So I would like to thank of the management and the principal, Savdi sir, and also the faculty of Department of Samhita, Samskrita and Siddhanta of Shri Jagadguru Ravi Siddheshwara Ayurveda Medical College, and all the participants of this session for giving me an opportunity to share my views regarding the exam orientation towards Padartha Vignana, especially with these 3 topics. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It is a very wonderful and informative session to the students. So to all the students, if you have any questions, you can directly ask, or you can also drop the questions in the chat box. Sir is here with us to clear any doubts. I think most of the things he cleared without asking, but still, if you have any doubts specifically and any difficulties in writing the exams, you can interact with sir.
Any questions can be asked.
Sir, hello sir.
Yes, Vijay Kumar, you want to ask
Sir,
a question? Yes, please.
Yeah,
ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕನ ಬೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದು
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್?
ಒಂದೇನಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬೈಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೈಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೀವು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಅವಾಗ ವಿಶೇಷದ್ದನ್ನು ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ ವಿಶೇಷನ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಮರ್ತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮರ್ತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೆನಪು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 2 ಪದ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ 2 ಪದ ಬರ್ದಿರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾರ ಬೇರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ನಾಲ್ಕು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ರೈಟ್. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಅದು ನೆನಪೇ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಯು ರೈಟ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಶ್ಲೋಕನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೀರಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, write in Sanskrita. At least then the examiner will know that, of course, you know the shloka. That is, you know the meaning of the shloka. If you are not able to memorize the whole or the same words, if they are not coming, or the conjoining words if they are not coming into your mind, then don't get distressed or don't get anxious. Write the words which you whatever you can remember and enlist it, and then write the meaning of it. That will be much helpful, and the examiner will know that you know the answer well. Okay.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Any other questions you have?
Yes, any other questions from the students, from the participants? Okay, sir, it's a very wonderful session where you covered the concept very well and convinced the students about the concept first. Then you given a description about the exam related questions topic wise, and also some general tips, whatever you have given. That are very much useful. And I hope students have definitely benefited with your session, and they will confidently attend this exam. And thank you very much, sir, for your kind cooperation, for being with us in this session. And I'm very much thankful to you on behalf of our institute, on behalf of Department of Sanhita Siddhanta, on behalf of Rema Madam, and on behalf of myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Hope the students would have got benefit out of this particular session. And also, I would like to thank all of you for the opportunity given. All the best for all the students for the upcoming examinations. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. At the same time, I have to join.